Good morning and welcome to the Oasis Center for Spiritual Living, where we come together as one, providing spiritual tools for daily living. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Reverend Tucker. I'm the senior minister here at the Oasis, and I have this wonderful team that God has provided me. So I always like to introduce them. First off is Faith. Faith has been my assistant since she was born. She used to sit on the podium with me and do announcements, and she has been my official assistant for 5 years now? Something like that.
Almost, yeah.
Both in my other business and at church here. Faith is the one behind the scenes that will answer your questions. And when you say hi, hello, good morning, she's the one that answers. I always go back and look and make sure there isn't something that needs to be added, but she knows me better than I know myself sometimes. So she's grown up 6 blocks away from my house and spent a fair amount of time at my house as she was growing up. So she knows me pretty darn well, but she's also our soloist. And today we have Karen Drucker. No, Elaine Silver.
Karen Drucker's I Am So Grateful from Songs of Sweet Core.
You know, it's funny. I look back at all the sermons we've done in the past, and for a while, when Tina was singing, we weren't announcing what the songs were. And so when I go back to try and figure out what song we did, I can't ever figure it out. So I'm going to have us start saying it every time. It makes it a little easier on me. Goodness gracious. So thank you, Faith, for being here. We so appreciate you. And then there is my partner in crime since 1998. He was my first baby practitioner, meaning he took all of his classes with me, except for one. And he will be praying us in and praying us out. And he'll be on the back end doing our 1 minute miracle. But he was my board president for many, many years. And then he moved off to Florida and we lost him for a little while until COVID. And then we ended up doing online services. And now we have him back with us. So I'm really excited. He's right now in Florida. You're about ready in a couple of weeks to go to Wisconsin for the summer, right?
Yep. 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're so blessed to have you. Thank you for being here. We sure appreciate you. All right. And today's topic is gratitude as a spiritual practice. I've had to do a fair amount of that this week. So I'm going to be sharing my journey and as we talk about your journey as well. And then I like to introduce also the adjunct music team that I have. One is Albertina Giuffre. We know her as Tina. She is going to be coming back and doing some music this month, which is great. And also Karen Drucker and Reverend Fairy Elaine Silver, because they provide us files, song files that we can use to do our karaoke with. So we really appreciate them. They don't actually appear on screen for us, but they do provide a very important function. So we always like to acknowledge them. If you're here, say hi, hello, good morning, however you like. Just let us know who's here. When we're in a facility, I can look out into the audience and see who's here. But with this software, I can't do that. So I appreciate knowing. So hi, hello, good morning, however you'd like to greet us. There's a watch party button in case you would like to invite your friends. It's a really great way for them to see what kind of Sunday services we have, what kind of sermons they can expect. And you can talk back and forth between yourselves. And it has nothing to do with everybody else. So it's a private thing that you can do, and that will help them if they have some questions. So click on that watch party button and invite all your friends. All right. I'd like to invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Allow the service to uplift and inspire you as we move into our centering song.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can feel the rush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Presence of God. For God, as we conceive of it, is all there is. The creator and the creation, and the possibility and the potential, all in one. Anything that is, anything that was, anything that could be, all wrapped up in this one supreme being that encompasses all. Infinite, eternal, ever-present. And by that very conception, God must be right here, right now, in everything, as everything, in me, in my little dog, and in you, and in all that hear this, now, in the future. We know that God is always present. God has infinite power, and God moves in and as all things. And we know that the potential for good and perfection is inherent in that. And I embrace that perfection for myself and for all who are here listening. I know the perfection of existence is unrolling in each of our lives, right here, right now. And the more we allow, the more perfect it can become. We open our channels for the perfection of God to flow through and create a perfect life. I know these things are so and they are true, and I give thanks that it is so. And so it is.
Thank you, Oz. Do I hear that? Is there a
Yeah,
sound
that's a ringtone. I forgot to turn off my bell.
Oh, isn't that the one like "Make My Day"? Isn't that the song that?
Yeah,
comes?
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
I'll let you guess whose ringtone that is later.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Oz. Oh my goodness. If you know this next song, sing it loud and sing it proud, because you can't bother anybody. But it is a great way to remember that we are all one.
We are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. I hear it and know it, my being. Spirit is all I am seeing. For God is all there is. Grateful am I to be living, open to what I receive, honoring what I've been given, sharing now what I believe. I remember the oneness around me. I surrender to infinite light, knowing the love that's surrounding me is within me by day and night. And we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it. Yes, we are all one. We are all one. We are all one in it.
We are all one in it for sure. All right. Let's see. If you're here, say hello, good morning, hi, however you would like to greet us. When we're in a facility, I can look out and see who's here. I don't have that option here. So it's very nice for me to just see who's here. I appreciate it. If you like something that you hear, whether it's something I say or Oz prays or Faith sings, you can use that thumbs up button to let us know you like it. If you love something, send us hearts. We love to get love. And if something is powerful, or something you hear is powerful for you, use that wow button. It lets me know if I'm on track. all of us. It lets us all know. We appreciate the feedback because it makes us better at what we do. So without further ado, here is Faith singing Karen Drucker's I Am So Grateful.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude above me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude right behind of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude around me. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. And gratitude behind me. Gratitude within me. Gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Sorry, I couldn't find the button. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm working up on that other screen, and so the cursor's up there and I can't get it down, and I'm like, where is it? Thank you, Faith. That was lovely. Good thing we like to laugh around here, honest to goodness. Okay. So let me look up here on my thing here. All right. Today, like I said, we're going to be talking about gratitude as a spiritual practice. And we really need to practice right now. All of us. There's so many things going on in the world that I know that these all of these current events that are happening in our personal lives as well as globally give us the opportunity to sit and express and experience gratitude, because we can be grateful for so much that others don't have. So there are 3 reasons that we give gratitude. One is we give gratitude to give thanks for that which we've already seen. We're probably most familiar with most families who do that at Thanksgiving. We'll go around the table and say what we're grateful for. And that's a really good practice, but we only do it once a year, right? But we, as a typical experience, don't think about giving gratitude for those things and people that we have in our lives on a daily basis. I'm just saying, it doesn't occur to us until Thanksgiving. So I would like it to become more of a practice for us that we give gratitude, or we stay in a state of gratitude for that which we have already received. The second one is we give gratitude for that which we've been working on manifesting, and we've already created it in the mind of God, but we haven't seen it yet in the physical form. And that's when we're activating the magnetic force of gratitude to provide us with the experience we're looking for. I'll talk a little bit about each of these points after this. And then we give gratitude because it's our natural state to vibrate at the frequency of God. So those are the 3 reasons that we should, or I don't want to should on you, 3 reasons why it's important for us to stay in a state of gratitude, to allow those feelings to rise up and be there for us. So in terms of giving gratitude for that which we already have, what we want to remember is our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said, we attract more of what we focus our attention on. So if we want to create more good in our life, if we want to see more of the good that we've already experienced, then what we want to do is we want to express gratitude for that. And that just invites that magnetic force field comes to us and brings us more. If we're focused on fear or desperation, it repels that force of energy that brings us to the good that we seek. So we want to keep our thoughts, our minds focused, but we also want to engage the feelings. Because remember, I always talk about how, words are great, words are powerful, but they're like the vehicle, and emotions are the gas that powers that vehicle. So if you want to experience more good in your life, then it's really important that you get into that feeling of gratitude. It's one thing to say, I'm grateful. That's a powerful statement. I'm grateful for this. But when we can actually just let that feeling rise up from within us, then we can truly power more of that magnetic force, to bring that invisible force, to bring our more good into our lives. One of the things that I say all the time is be grateful for your community. And community doesn't necessarily mean like your business community or your spiritual community. It's anyone in your community. I'm grateful every day for Faith and for Oz and for Lynn and for my sister, Joey, and my nieces and my cousins and all of the people in my life. But I'm also grateful for the guy who delivers for Amazon Prime. I'm grateful for the person at the grocery store who loads up my car with groceries. I'm still not going into grocery stores. I'm still trying to avoid that. Lynn will go in there. That's okay. It's on him if he does, but I'm not bringing anything home to him. That's all I know. For those of you who don't know, Lynn had a lung transplant, and they have pretty much killed his immune system. So I just don't go in anywhere. It's not that I'm in fear. It's not that I focus on that, but it's that I know that I could conceivably bring a cold home to him, not just COVID, but a cold, and that could kill him. So I just don't I don't go to the grocery store myself. If he goes, that's on him. And so, but I'm grateful for the person who loads up the groceries in my car. Just like I'm grateful whenever I have faith, I'll be like, hey, are you going to the grocery store today? Could you pick up something for me? Because there are times when I just can't, and so I really want us to understand the power of that gratitude, not just saying the words, but really feeling it. Like when they're loading up my car, I have to say, I get in that state. It's like a blissful state of gratitude because I'm like, I don't have to go in. That is so cool. But something rises up from within us to energize that magnetic force when we are focused, when our heart, mind, and spirit are focused on gratitude. And I can't really have that conversation without saying a little bit about faith. Not this faith, but faith. Because there's a difference between thoughts, beliefs, wishes, and faith. You can have faith and have thoughts and beliefs and wishes that come with that, but thoughts by themselves are not faith. Beliefs by themselves are not faith. Beliefs can be changed. That's how I know it's not faith, right? Faith is something that is unshakable, unchangeable, that I can't change no matter what I do, because I know in my heart of hearts that that's the truth. For instance, we have faith that the sun will come out in the morning and that it will go back at night and the moon will appear, right? We have faith that that's going to happen every single day. And nothing can shake that faith from us. And the same thing with a chair, right? If I sit in a chair, I have faith that this chair is going to support me. Now, not to say that the chair can't lose its support, but I do have faith in its ability to support me. And so that's what faith is. And so when we're having gratitude, what we are having faith in is the idea that there is a magnetic force in the universe, that God within us rises up and attracts to us more of the good that we want to experience. Because gratitude really is the knowingness of God within. And so we're going to do a morning, afternoon, and evening practice. And that's all I'm going to say about it right now. The morning practice, if you are having something that you need to get into gratitude for, have gratitude before you even actually get out from under your sheets, before you sit up, anything. The sun came up today. Yay. I'm grateful for that. I'm alive. I'm healthy. In the afternoon, we're going to focus on our home, that we have a home to live in. We're not homeless. We have a community, whatever that is, our neighbors, our friends at work, our people that, deliver to us, whatever that is. Those are our community. Our spiritual community is a great one to be thankful for. And for having food. Think about it. A lot of people in Ukraine right now don't have food. So when we're grateful for all of those things, we're opening up ourselves to that greater magnetic force of the universe to provide for us, and for that God within to rise up and attract stuff for us. And then in the evening, we're going to be focusing on our bed. How many of us, right before you go to sleep, after you've shut the lights off, how many of us really sink into the bed and go, oh my God, I'm so grateful for my bed, my soft sheets, my comfortable pillow? Because we're pulling that gratitude, that feeling of gratitude into our dreams, which creates a blissful state. And when you are in a blissful state, you sleep better. So we're going to do that as a spiritual practice, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But we're going to bless every person that crosses our path during the day. It doesn't matter whether it's a dog, a cat, a bird, a person, anything, anybody that crosses our path, we're going to bless that person. That I personally, I think dogs and cats and birds are persons. I know some people may disagree with me, but I think that they have personalities, right? So they're persons. And so we're going to express that gratitude by blessing every person that crosses our path. And our joy then is attached to something more permanent than people or things. Now, I remember Reverend Dr. Edward Villion. who is from South. He's a Dutch man from South Africa. I just love listening to him. His accent just mesmerizes me. And so a lot of times I'll go back and just listen to his sermons just because I like listening to him. And then I get such inspiration from him. But he was talking about gratitude as a path of joy. And he was doing it in the midst of Santa Rosa burning down. He lives in Santa Rosa. He's in the Santa Rosa. Well, yeah. And so while it was burning down, all the vineyards and everything were burning down, he was talking about gratitude as a path to joy. And he was saying that our joy, if our joy is attached to people and things, what happens when you lose everything? What happens when your house burns down and you've lost everything, or you've lost your dog that you care about, or you've lost all these, people in your lives, like I have recently. And so what happens to that joy if it's attached to people and things versus being attached to something more permanent than people or things? For instance, gratitude is a connection to the power of God within me. So if I'm grateful and I'm realizing that I'm grateful because there is that power within me that rises up and provides me with everything that I need, want, or desire. If I can get into that state of gratitude for the connection to the power of God, then my joy is now attached to something more permanent than people and things. See, there's a deep abiding joy that doesn't depend on people or things or a perfect life, right? We keep thinking that I'll express joy when I have that perfect life. We keep waiting for that perfect life to appear. But I got news for you. The perfect life will not appear until you can practice gratitude. And what a perfect time, as Dr. Edward puts it, what a perfect time to practice gratitude, when you're not feeling it and when you are, right? So either way, we are then practicing joy by practicing gratitude. And we're not going to wait for that perfect life to be grateful, because it'll never come. Tomorrow never comes. And so what we're going to do instead is we're going to be grateful for the imperfect life that we do have. We're going to focus our attention on, because even an imperfect life has in it perfection, right? And so we're going to focus on those things that are in our imperfect life that are perfect for us. So I've been listening to a couple of people on TikTok, well, actually Facebook Reels, I think it is. And as I've been listening, I've been realizing where I myself in my spiritual practice have gone a little awry. For instance, I'm trying to remember what her name is now. I knew I should have written it down. Anyway, she is a psychic who talks about, Oz, you might be able to help me out with this. She's a psychic that talks about the realms of up in the heavens, where people go like to the temple of perfection, I think it's called, where you're cleansed of all the things that are imperfections in your life. You stand in front of that temple. It's a golden temple, and you are washed clean of all of those things. But she's been talking about life as a vibration and saying that we are vibratory beings, that everything is vibration. And because everything is vibration, we can change our life. No, not her either. Oh gosh, I'll think of it. I think it'll come to me. He said Elizabeth Clare Prophet, although she's pretty good too. And Marianne Williamson's, no, it's not them. It'll come to me as I'm talking, I'm sure. That's the way this stuff works. And the other one that I've been listening to is a channeled entity called Abraham Hicks. And Abraham Hicks basically has the exact same message as, I think her name is Barbara something. Barbara. Anyway, talking about the vibration and how we have to get our vibration into the place of receptivity, because, nope, not that one either. Because we are vibrational beings. And so Abraham Hicks, I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a wonderful listen to all of it. They have their own website now. It's www.abrahamhicks.com. I can't speak all of it. And anyway, she channels this entity called Abraham. And as she's talking, she talks about this vortex that you have to enter. That while you're outside of the vortex, you are actually keeping things from coming into you because we're focused on our physical being, we're focused on our physical reality, we're focused on us needing something, right? But when we enter the vortex, meaning that we feel that connection with that power inside of us, we feel that connection with the God within. She doesn't really call it God within, or Abraham doesn't. They just call it, they talk about this vibration that lives within us. That is the power of the universe. And so when you're in that, what she calls the vortex, it means that you are in that feeling state of knowing that you are provided for. And in that state of knowing, in that vibration that you're in, you are now like a cyclone is coming towards you with all of the things that you have always claimed that you desired. And so the idea is to get into that vortex as often as possible. And the only way into that vortex is by feeling the joy and the love and the prosperity and the power of God. Okay. She doesn't say God again. I can't remember what word she uses, but anyway, so then I started listening to this guy named Phil, who has an Instagram account called Phil Goodlife. And he is just, I love listening to him. He uplifts me every single day, sometimes 4 or 5 times a day. So I'm kind of hooked on him. And what he's been talking about lately is that we are in an evolution right now, that we have been presented a so-called software upgrade. And the software upgrade is about a vibrational shift that's happening all over the world. It's not just individuals, but it's happening everywhere. That this vibrational shift is moving us from a reality of the fear and strife that we experience as human doings here on this earth. And he does use the word God, and he uses the word God within. He also uses universe. But he talks about the idea that the universe is working very hard, our guides are working very hard, God is working very hard to provide us what we say we want, what we claim we want. But what happens is, because we are so filled with the feelings of fear and trepidation, that we are paralyzed by it. And because we're paralyzed by it, we cannot create a new reality, because we can't attract anything good into our lives as long as we're focused there, right? And I'm thinking, God, is he a religious scientist? I don't think he is. But he's awful. He's just powerful. When he talks, he's awesome and inspirational, because he's talking about changing our vibration consciously so that we are in the same vibratory frequency of that which we desire. And so I've been focusing on that lately in my meditation. What's interesting, I don't know if this happens to you, but I get into meditation and I'm feeling that blissful state, and all of a sudden my shoulders hunch up. And I feel myself getting back into a state of fear. And then I have to push it back down and go, no, not here. Here we're only experiencing peace and freedom and joy and loving. And, we are just experiencing life in the vibrational plane. We are not experiencing all of the fears around everything that's going on, right? So what I find myself, my little monkey mind when I'm in meditation is going, if Ukraine falls, this world is going to be, blah, 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 blah. All those little monkey mind thoughts that you have. I lost a very dear friend about a month ago to COVID, who was an inspiration to me in my ministry. I've known her since, I think it was 1996 or 7. And she has just been my stalwart support all these years, including right up into her death, when she was supporting me every night. She would tune in and say, what do you need? What does Lynn need? All through, since December, all through his surgeries and everything that he had to go through. And then one day it just stopped and I knew something was wrong. And sure enough, she was in the hospital with COVID for 6 weeks. And she just died about a month ago. So when I'm in my meditation and my monkey mind starts in, I find my shoulders starting to hunch back up again, because I think I'm never going to find an inspiration like that, or that I miss her. And so I had to keep like putting my shoulders back down and going, no, I'm grateful that she was in my life. I am grateful that she was so much of a support to me. And I feel that gratitude, that bliss of having known her. And then, so then the monkey mind says, starts worrying about Duchess. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. No, everything is perfect in the world. I have no fear. So I was listening to him, and he was talking about the best way to manifest our desires was to actively release any fears, limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts, limiting feelings. And so in my meditation, I try to stay in that state of bliss as long as possible. And anytime something rises up to claim it back from me, I go, nope, we're in a state of bliss here. We are in the vortex. We are now just experiencing love, peace, freedom. And I release now all fear in this moment, this present moment. Fear does not have entry into my awareness. And I had to keep practicing that. And what I found was the more blissful I could keep myself in that state of knowingness, in that state of feeling, the more grateful I was becoming. It was just so interesting. And then I noticed that the fears have subsided quite a bit in my daily life, because I am knowing I have enough money to share and to spare. I have, God is my source. Duchess is going to be fine. I'm grateful for having Dr. Marlene in my life. I just tune myself back into those feelings of gratitude for my flowers about to open on my crabapple tree, or my neighbor having a puppy, so I don't miss Duchess quite as much. So I run over there every night and play with her puppy for an hour. And so I by doing that practice, by staying present in the moment and truly just focusing my inner state on bliss, on freedom, on peace, on joy, that it is filtered into my entire life. Things are starting to happen for me again. I've been feeling stuck ever since Dr. Marlene got sick. I've been feeling stuck, and things are starting to happen for me. Like I go somewhere like I went to get a cryofacial one day, and they're like, nope, it's already paid for. And I'm like, it is? And so I left, and then I'm like, I don't think that was paid for, but I was grateful that I got a free cryo session. It's almost $200, So I was like, wow, that's pretty cool that the universe is gifting me these things. And I'm starting to feel more and more grateful for all of those things that are starting to happen, because I know that is what unlocks that invisible power, is that state of feeling of gratitude, that the magnetic forces in the universe have no choice but to provide me everything that I ever wanted, needed, or desired. You see? So I ask you right now, what is in the way of you feeling that gratitude? And can you do that as a spiritual practice? Can you actually, in the morning before you get out of bed, sit there, or don't sit there, lay there, don't sit up, and just focus on how grateful you are that the sun came up, how grateful you are that you're alive and healthy, that you are so grateful for the ability to move through your day, knowing that God is within you. Be grateful for God within you. First thing in the morning, set up your day that way. And then take gratitude breaks every day. I love having gratitude breaks where I just sit, close my eyes, and I just focus in on that feeling of gratitude. And in the afternoon, we're going to focus on, let's see, what did I say? We're going to focus on the fact that we have a home to live in. Many people in the Ukraine right now have lost their homes. And so we are going to focus on the fact that we have a home to live in. We can focus on the fact that we have food to eat, something to drink. We have plenty of water. We have all of the things that the people in the Ukraine don't have right now. We can focus in on that and just allow ourselves to have that blissful feeling. And we don't have to feel guilty or feel sorry for people in Ukraine in that moment. In that moment, we're only expressing our gratitude for not being in the same position that they are. We're expressing our gratitude for having that which we have. So again, home, community, food, water, everything that we need. And then in the evening, before we go to bed, we're going to focus on how wonderful our bed is, how comfy it is. Like getting into bed is a wonderful thing. And we have soft sheets and we have pillows that are comfortable. And we're going to sink into our dreams in a blissful state. What better way to create? You know, the brain is really active. The subconscious mind is really active at night, creating our reality for us based on our ability to call it forth. Meaning, if we're in a state of gratitude and that state of bliss when we go to sleep, we are in a state of receptivity to receive that which we have already stated that we wanted, right? And so we allow our subjective mind to reach out and grab those things that we have been saying that we want. It's 11:11. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Fred. Hi, Marlene. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Fred Vogt used to say 11:11 is the time of day, twice a day, where the spirit world and the physical world can connect. So you can communicate with people on the other side. So every time I see 11:11, I say hi to Fred and Kathy and now Marlene, since she has now departed. So anyway, it's 11:11 right now. But being in that blissful state allows us to tap into the energy of the universe that is creating as we sleep. Our subjective mind is working overtime to create those things for us. And so during our waking time, what we're doing is we're working on releasing the fear. We're working on releasing limiting beliefs, whatever belief you have. I don't deserve that. I have to struggle to get that. I can't have that. Any of those limiting beliefs need to be dealt with. Also, any thoughts that are in the way of that, like when I get into those blissful states and the monkey mind threatens to take over, we have to deal with those thoughts. No, right here, right now, I am in the present moment. I am blissful. I am focused only on peace, love, freedom, prosperity, whatever it is you are calling into your world, you're going to be focused on that. My favorite thing right now, I'm doing manifestation through daydreaming. Somebody introduced me to that. And so for those of you who don't know, I do Rife sessions instead of taking antibiotics and things like that. Well, right now I have to do like 3 hours a day of Rife sessions. I've got one on my sinuses, one on my breast, and one on my belly. And so I'm doing almost 3 hours of that every day. And so while I'm hooked up to this machine, excuse me, if you'd like to know more about it, contact me and I'll tell you, because we have it at my business also. But while I'm hooked up to this machine, I use that time to close my eyes and visualize what I really want to feel. Okay. For instance, I have this property in my head in Hawaii. I don't know why. It's just important to me, but it is. It's a villa like you see on things like Temptation Island or whatever. It's a big villa with this huge kitchen. And these showers that I got when we were in Puerto Vallarta, they had this shower where you step in, it's tile, and you step around this barrier, and that's where the shower head is, and it's all tiled in. But you don't have, it's like wide open, you don't have any doors on it, and it just is a feeling of freedom to be able to stand in that shower. And so I think about that. And then this property has a private beach with cliffs on either side. And so that's freedom to me. And then I see, or I visualize, I don't really see pictures, but in my mind, I have this idea of a nice little aviary for Buddy so he can be safe, and a nice little aviary for this little Chihuahua puppy I'm expecting to have eventually, so she can be safe. And so I'm visualizing all of this, and I'm tapping into what is the feeling here. The feeling here is freedom. The feeling here is peace. The feeling here is, and all of a sudden it just washes over my body. And so that's what I've been practicing on this whole week. So I invite you to do that. I invite you to daydream as much as possible. And again, whenever the monkey mind tries to interrupt your daydreaming, just tell it no. No, here we're focused on peace, love, harmony, freedom, joy. That's the only thing we're focused on here. And don't allow anything to intercede. So, are you willing to do that with me this week, to do a morning practice of being grateful that the sun came up, that you're alive, that you're healthy, that in the afternoon you're focused on your home, that you have a home to live in, that you have community, you have food. In the evening, bed, soft sheets, pillow. Bless every person that crosses your path, and do daydreaming as a manifestation process. Are you willing to do that with me this week? Let's have a prayer. I right now turn my awareness to the infinite power, the infinite presence, the infinite love of God, to that place within me that knows beyond human understanding just how powerful that is, just how amazing that is. That's where I find myself, in the midst of God, my very essence, my very life, my very being. It is who and what I am. And every thought, every action, every deed is guided and led by that one ancient wisdom of the ages that dwells within me, that is God flowing through me, that is the power of my life. I know that same truth to be so for this team that God has provided me, for Lynn and for Faith and for Tina and for Oz and for Karen and for Elaine. Because I do know that they are one in it, that we are all one in it, that spiritual beingness flows through each of us. And so every thought, every action, every deed in them is guided and led by that same spiritual power of God that flows through them. I know that same truth to be so for every person that is watching this, whether that be in real time or later on. Because I do know that that same power flows through all. That same presence is in all, through all. That same presence is the guiding light of all of our thoughts, actions, and deeds. There is only one, Mitakuye Oyasin, all my brethren. We are all related. There is no place where one leaves off and the other begins. And so I bless this coming week, knowing that as we practice this state, feeling of gratitude, not the words necessarily, although the words are good, but as we practice this state of being, this feeling of gratitude, we now invoke that magnetic force of the universe, that pulling within from God, of all of the things and people and places and experiences we have been working to manifest. That as we take time to allow ourselves to be in that state of bliss, we just know that every good is coming our way, that once we are vibrating at the frequency of it, it has no choice but to come to us, through us, as us. And so I claim that for every name that is in the ministry of prayer today, because I do know that the guiding power underneath all of it is God. That anything that is unlike God shows its face and gives us that opportunity to just put it to the side and allow God to come in and be there as the power to dissipate whatever condition we have been experiencing. So I claim that. I pull back the veil and I claim that, and I call it good in their name, here and now, as done. That they experience prosperity, love. They experience life. They experience the power of God flowing through them. I claim it. I know it to be so, and I know it's done. And so in my gratitude, my heart just fills with joy and bliss to know that this is so, to be in service this way, as I just let it be. And so it is. Amen. Whew, that one took me away. Helen, take me away. All right. Right now is our time to our opportunity to receive your gifts, tithes, and offerings, and your opportunity to express some gratitude, both for that which you have already seen and that which is on its way to you, because you know you have been calling for it, and you are now changing your vibration to match it, so it has no choice but to come forth for you, right? So I'm going to invite you in a minute to go to www.oasiscsl.org, where you will find our offering affirmation. I'm going to invite you to say it with us, and then there's a contribute now button on below it. But let me talk really quickly about what you're contributing to, because you're not contributing to a facility or salaries or utilities or supplies, nothing like that. What you're contributing to is our message getting out in the world. Unfortunately, it is not free to advertise our community. And because we want to be global, we already have people in, let's see, UK, all this English-speaking countries, UK, the Netherlands, Holland. We have quite a few people that join us from Holland. We have people who are in Germany that join us. And so it's wonderful that they do, but I'd like to reach out and get more people, because we really want to heal the world. And the only way we can do that is if we reach people. And so what you're contributing to is that vision of us reaching people in the global world, healing and inspiring them. And so that's what this is about. All right. So please now go to www.oasiscsl.org. And about halfway, maybe 2/3 down the page, is our offering affirmation. Please say that with me now, whether you're watching in real time or you're watching later. Now is the time to say it with us. This perfect gift is spirit and form, circulating and blessing all it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive. And so it is. All right, hit that contribute now button. Help us get out into the global world where we can really affect a change for people. All right. We have this wonderful team of licensed practitioners on our ministry of prayer, coast to coast, I might add, that serve on our ministry of prayer and pray every day for our prayer requests for a week. So if you would like prayer for something, please put it in the comments. If you don't want it to be public, you can message Faith or myself, and we'll make sure that it gets onto our private group page called the God Squad. And the God Squad will take that and run with it every day for a week. If you would like to participate as a God Squad member, you don't necessarily have to be a licensed practitioner. We do require that you do affirmative prayer and that you keep those requests confidential, and you make the commitment to do the prayer every single day for a week. Please know also that Oz is available after we're done here. He's available for what we call our 1-minute miracle. It's not a time for counseling. It is a time where you can share whatever situation you're in, and he will stop, drop, and pray with you right there. And you can reach out to him through video chat. If he doesn't answer right away, it means he's probably on with somebody else, and try back a little later. But know that our licensed practitioners are available for a fee by appointment for spiritual guidance as well. So you can reach out to them through our Facebook, through our website. You can, look at the practitioners, decide who you want to work with, reach out to them and let them know you would like to. They will arrange payment. I don't know if they use different practitioners use different ways. One is called Wise. Another one is called PayPal. Another one is called Cash App. Another one is called Venmo. So whichever way they choose to do it, but they will tell you how to pay for your session. They'll set an appointment, and at your appointed time, they will reach out to you by video chat. So take advantage of this loving service our practitioners provide. It's the best way I know to make your life better, because they can know the truth for us until we are clear enough to see the truth for ourselves, the spiritual truth. All right. Let's see. Brooks and Bailey. Oops, I forgot to put my little necklace on for this. Okay, there we go. Oh, let me grab that real quick. Okay, Brooks and Bailey has mala beads and bracelets. All the benefits benefit the Rocky Mountain Lab Rescue. All the proceeds benefit the Rocky Mountain Lab Rescue. And you can contact them by brooksandbailey0307@gmail.com. You also can reach them on Facebook. They do have their own Facebook account, and they're at a lot of the craft fairs these days. But let me show you my mala beads. These are made out of amethyst, so they're $60. But they have all kinds of gemstones as inexpensive, I believe, as $25 is what I saw one at. And so you can, it's a wide range. You can get them. Mala beads are wonderful, whether they're in bracelet form or they're in necklace form. When you're doing affirmations, there's 108 beads on this necklace, so I can count off how many times I say my affirmation. The bracelets have 54, so you can count on it twice. They also have these wonderful bracelets that have these clasps with a little circle and a bar that goes through. So I've been able to keep that bracelet on. I've only had it drop off of me once in a couple of years. So that's good for me because I'm really bad at that. All right, Faith.
And please check out the Mystic Brew. We have intention jars as well as the packages to make your own intention jar. We also sell bath salts. You can order through themysticbrew.com and follow all of our social media for any upcoming events or specials.
Just to give you an idea, this is one of the intention jars that Faith made for me for prosperity. And when I'm working on prosperity, I just like to play with it a lot. It's a good focal point for all of that intention that you have. That brings me to Angel Renee, who also has intention candles, and she has an Etsy store. But she has these bath tea bags that you put in your bath, and the aromas help you to focus on your intention. Again, she has an Etsy account, and Faith has provided you with that information in the comments. All right. So we'd also like you to go to Fairy Elaine Silver's website. You just check it out and see what CDs you'd like to purchase from her. We're going to be doing Elaine Silver's music this month, a couple of songs from her. And so you'll be introduced to some of her music if you're not already familiar with it. But go on there, figure out which CD you would like. She is traveling around the country singing, and for some reason she can't update her website. So in order to pay for it, you have to get a hold of her and have her tell you how to pay for it. But she carries the CDs in her car with her the whole time she's traveling. And so and by the way, she has I don't know if she still has it. She has this trailer that it's a pop-out camper that she used to travel with. I'm assuming she still has that she goes around the country in. And so that's all stocked up with all of her CDs. But anyway, figure out which CD you would like and then get a hold of her by email and let her know which CD you'd like to purchase, and she'll figure out a way for you to pay for it, and then she'll send it to you. She's really good about sending them. And then we have Karen Drucker, who has provided us with all of her entire collection with karaoke files so that we can do her music. You can buy hers directly from her website because her website does work. And you can buy it by the song. You can buy it by the CD. You can get a songbook. You can get all kinds of good stuff from that. So check her out. Then also check us out at www.oasiscsl.org. We have pictures of our congregation doing different activities, picnics, my ordination, Lynn's ordination is on there. We have video sermons for the last couple of years. We have audio sermons for the years prior to that. We are also on YouTube and SoundCloud for those under S. Tucker. YouTube are the videos and SoundCloud is the audio. So check all of that out. Let it uplift and inspire you every day of the week. I would be happy if we were able to touch even one life that way. All right. So this last song is one to get as a meme in your head. If you know the words, sing it loud and sing it proud. If you don't, memorize it because it is so good to bless your life with.
I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Now I know that as we go forth into the week, we go forth into the body of God, blessed by the Spirit of God. For God is all there is, in us, as us, and all around us. It's an adventure, and I know that it is good and very good, and blessings await and flow forth. And for those blessings, I give great thanks, and I let it be so. And so it is.
And so it is. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. Join us every week on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. But definitely be here next week. We're going to be doing our Mother's Day celebration, our Mother's Day ceremony, I should say. We do a whole ceremony around Mother's Day. Please join us. I know you will love it. We love doing it. All right. And wear a mask. Stay safe. We love you. Thank you for being here. I know there's 1,000 things you could be doing, and we're glad you were here with us as well. Bye.